Hey, welcome back to another happy news segment. Amazing news. We're basically the frown elimination force here to assassinate your bad mood with positive stuff. I'm joined, of course, by Matt, bubbly as ever.
Yep, great to be here, Chuck. I was just telling him before the show, while looking through the news, there was so much negativity that I'm happy to have a segment where we can bring you smiles and laughter and have your, as Aaron would say, mouth grinning ear to ear.
Amen, Matt. The first story is one that's actually kind of controversial, but not really. It's about a man named Brian Johnson. He's a tech multimillionaire. He sold one of his companies a while back for like 800 million, just absolute oodles of doubloons. And since then, he's dedicated his life and all of his money to trying to find the cure to aging. So he recently went through a multi-generational blood transmission, tri-generational blood swapping treatment. So basically taking his teenage son's plasma, taking his plasma, and then getting his dad as well, and they just kept swapping blood back and forth. And he's got a whole team of doctors with him that are constantly monitoring him. He calls himself the most monitored man on the planet. His research is super interesting, albeit a little divisive because he's a bit of an oddball. He's a wacky kind of guy. He's got some interesting theories.
He's quirky.
He's very quirky.
He's a quirky guy.
But overall, I think it's a net positive thing that he's spending, I think, over $2 million a year researching anti-aging methods as well as all kinds of cutting-edge science and treatments just to see what works. He's trying to pursue the fountain of youth.
Yeah, weird parts, but I agree. He's doing good as long as he shares the research.
Yeah, and he's got a company that apparently posts everything that he learns and discovers for free for people to access.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So that's pretty cool if that's true.
Yep.
He could be lying though.
He could.
I don't know him personally.
All of this could be a lie. I don't know the doctors.
He could be like an actual fucking vampire.
Yeah, I do think he looks like a vampire. That's what I was saying. Yeah. A humane society in Kansas set out with a goal to raise $2,000 for things like vaccinations, food, and microchipping for their animals, and they did it in a very unique way. They took a note from everybody selling feet pics and making millions of dollars online, and they promised for every $100 donated, they would post feet pics or toe bean pics of their animals, like their cats, dogs, and a few other exotic animals. This crushed their initial goal of $2,000. They raised $8,000 by the end of it, and we got pictures of falcon feet, cat feet, dog paws, penguin feet, everything you could want is there, and the internet's losing their minds over it. So overall, it was a huge success, and they ended up raising more than they ever set out to.
Yeah, it sounds super adorable. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and take a look at a few of the pictures of the feet that you could buy.
Oh, they're still selling it? It wasn't like a one-time
I don't
thing?
know, that you could have bought.
Yeah.
Look at the feet. There you go.
Now it's time to drag you kicking and screaming into the future. A cyclist named Gert van Oskum suffered an accident 12 years ago that left him paralyzed, but thanks to advancements in modern medical technology, he's been able to start to walk again thanks to the brain-spine interface, the BSI, which has remained stable for a year, allowing Gert Jan Oskum to stand, walk, climb stairs, and traverse complex terrains, according to a study published Wednesday in the journal Nature. In the latest study, the research team restored communication between Oskum's brain and spinal cord with a digital bridge. Oskum participated in 40 sessions of neural rehabilitation throughout the study, and he said he's now able to walk at least 100 meters or more at once, depending on the day. Now, according to one of the researchers at the Institute, they said, "We've captured the thoughts of Gert Jan Oskum and translated these thoughts into a stimulation of the spinal cord to reestablish voluntary movements." That's fucking awesome.
What it sounded like when I was reading through it is literally like that digital bridge. It's like they've got one part in the brain and one part in the spine talking to each other and like controlling its movements.
Well, Chase said it best. It really does sound like what Doc Ock made in Spider-Man 2.
But yeah, no, that's absolutely crazy tech, and it
Yeah.
does say that the next step is to miniaturize the hardware so that it can be more functional like throughout the day. But that's crazy results.
Yeah, it's huge.
And I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, congratulations to the research team out there, and that's awesome for Gert Jan Oskum as well. It's amazing. Here's a story to make you go, aw. Platypus population was thought to have been vanquished due to a chemical spill, but They've now been relocated to the Royal National Park in Sydney. It's been about 50 years since they thought they had left, disappeared, but now they're home, baby. They're bringing it back.
And I'm glad they are.
We're all glad they are.
So yeah, now you can watch this little video of them being released back into the water of their Sydney Royal National Park.
Welcome home, little guy.
That's actually adorable.
Yeah, it's super cute.
I love the video. It was just him scurrying and he disappeared forever. Oh.
Look how excited he is.
I would be too if I was stuck in a waterway for 60 years.
50 years.
50 years.
They're
I
all
don't know
wishing
that I've
him well.
ever seen a platypus before.
I've only seen it in cartoons.
Yeah, I've seen Perry. So summer's here. I've been feeling the heat. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
It's been rough, but you know one thing you're not going to have to worry about anymore? Shark attacks. A sophisticated app has used artificial intelligence to help forecast shark attacks and where they're going to happen with an 89% accuracy rating. All right, so the risk of a shark attack is 1 in every 3.7 million swimmers, which I will say is even better news than this app being made. You basically have nothing to worry about. So you have zero reason to be scared of shark attacks. And this app is going to help you have even less of a reason. And on top of that, the project is crowdfunded and sending portions of profits, I think it's 5% of profits, to ocean cleanup efforts. But yeah, I really do think the biggest takeaway from this story, that's a great use of AI amidst all the bad horror stories coming out.
I do wonder if that's like shark attack deaths or just general shark attacks.
Doesn't that seem really low?
Because that does seem shockingly low. I know it's rare to get attacked by a shark, but I mean...
But no, I would still say that is wonderful news.
That they're not common.
Yeah, very uncommon. Great work with the AI. Finally, somebody's using it for something other than like porn and stealing artwork.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I think sharks are more afraid of you than you are of them.
I'd have to agree with that.
Or that could be alligators, one of the two.
Do we?
We're going off book
I'm
here.
ready.
We're going rogue. I watched a video about a man who got his arm ripped off by an alligator after peeing into a lake behind a bar a couple days ago. And there just happened to be like a couple of good Samaritans around there that administered like a tourniquet. One of them just had like a rubber tourniquet that he like pulled out of his magic bag of tricks. So he was able to like stop the bleeding, which obviously saved his life.
Yeah.
Medical professionals came, saved him. And then they interviewed him the following day. He's like, yeah, I don't remember anything, but you know, I lost an arm, but I still got my life, which is cool.
The image popping in my head, because I'm assuming the way you explained it, it's like bar, lake behind the bar, so he's peeing. An alligator snuck up on him.
Yeah, no, like it was,
and took off his arm.
That was Sam Fisher of that pond for sure. He said like he lost his balance and fell in, and then the next thing he knew, he was waking up in that hospital bed.
Okay, so maybe he fell in, and that's when he
That must have been.
It didn't like Pink Panther up to him and
No,
pop
I don't
it
think
right
so.
off.
But the good news is that he's been very high spirits. The right people were there in order to tourniquet him and save him. So yeah, that's good news. We have another great news segment for you. Burger King just released a Spider-Man burger, and other good news, a lot of Burger Kings recently shut down. So that's something to celebrate.
A lot of them.
A lot of Burger
that
Kings.
is, I mean, think of the hearts of the human population.
Yep.
They're all getting healthier. And what's this? We go live now to our field reporter, Aaron, who's live on the scene.
Putting his life on the line?
Yeah, God.
Hey Patriots, I'm here at Burger King. I'm trying out the all-new Spider-Verse Whopper that I've heard so much about. I know typically for these sorts of things, you just fucking get them how they come, however they want it. I was not gonna let Burger King do that to me. The last thing I was gonna do is put a Burger King vegetable in my body. This is more of a wake than it is like a food review. It's like a funeral procession for the palate more than anything. I just finished a nice workout and I'm sitting here in my fucking blistering hot car. There's nothing here on this planet I would have wanted to put less in my body than this bad boy right here. This shit tastes like actual dog ass. It doesn't even want to stay in the bun. It's hatching like escape. If I hold it like this, it's hatching escape plants as we speak. As far as Burger King goes, that wasn't the worst. It's still a bad burger. It's still a bad, I didn't want it in my body. My body doesn't like it. But overall, pretty fucking good burg for Burger King. I find it hard to fathom that Sony Pictures couldn't have found a better restaurant for this.
Well, no surprise from Burger King on the quality of that burger there. I'm just happy to hear it's not the worst thing they've ever made, or we would have needed a coffin for Aaron.
Yeah, and that's a sweaty guy, let me tell you.
That is a hot, he's taking the hot car challenge.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. Thanks, Aaron.
Hey, welcome to Chelsea's Cute Creature Corner.
This is Thadine.
Hey.
But
Oh, she's mic'd up, you're fine.
Oh, she's like made out of chrome.
yeah, so this is Thadine. She is a rosy boa, which is one of the 2 boas that are native to the U.S., the other one being the rubber boa, and both of those boas are found in the western part of the U.S. and Baja California, Mexico.
Nice.
She is considered a coastal boa because of her, or rosy boa because of her modeling, but usually you can kind of see they have 3 lines that run down their body, and that's how you can tell what they are.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about snakes. All I know is that those little bastards convinced Eve to eat that apple in the Garden of Eden and lost their legs for it.
Well,
That's a
this is
really good
not
point.
this is not the same kind of snake. She's a boa, so she's a constrictor. A cool fact about boas too is that they don't lay eggs. They have live births. These particular snakes
Really?
birth 2 to 10 snakes, and their gestation period is about 4 months. Thadine in particular apparently is very slow. Slower than normal. They are one of the slower snakes. She's 10 years old, but she's also a little bit slow in the head, I've heard. Takes her a minute to kind of find her rats in her cage.
Uh-oh.
You and me both, Thadine.
She looks nice.
But yeah, would you like to hold her? She might try and like play with your hair a little bit.
No, she can. I'll
they
give her.
don't bite.
I'll give her one of these.
They want to, just don't boop her snoot.
Yeah, I won't.
there you go. So they don't bite.
pet back here?
Yeah, super docile. Usually the only reason why they would bite is because they think that you're food, which is one of the reasons why you wash your hands before you hold them, and also just to make sure you don't give them any diseases. You want to hold her?
Somebody's got
You can feel how strong she is. She's super slow moving.
How
I'm
do I
not
do
worried
this?
about
Just
like getting yuckied
like
out or
that
anything.
kind
I don't
of,
want to
yeah.
hurt her.
And she'll probably kind of go through your hand a little bit. She likes to move forward.
Wait,
You
stay
got her?
with me,
Yeah.
Chelsea. Stay with me.
You
Yeah,
got her,
don't.
look.
You gotta support her head here.
She's
She'll
supporting
support
her
her own
head.
head,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that is pretty cool. They are boa constrictors, so they constrict, which actually kills by blood pressure and not suffocation like a lot of people think.
Oh, that's cool.
Any chance you'd put my hat on me that you made for me?
Oh yeah.
We've been planning this segment for a while.
Yeah, look at that. That's some good news.
Oh, wow.
She thinks you're his mommy.
And the good thing is she did just poop 2 days ago, so she won't poop on you. That's kind of the only thing you'd have to worry about.
Does she only shit like once a week?
They poop after they eat, and they eat every 3 to 4 weeks once they're adults. Sometimes they'll eat a little bit more. She's a cool, very friendly beginner pet. They are a little bit difficult to find, but you can find them online. Just make sure if you do get animals, you're getting them from reputable breeders and not taking them from the wild. We don't need to do that. Yeah, but you can feel how strong she is.
Thadine, what do you have to say about this?
Actually getting close, I want to see.
She might try to bite that, actually.
Yep,
She
yep.
might think
Oh, yeah,
the way her
let's-
tongue is going, she probably thought that was food. They're not, like I said, these aren't particularly the smartest snakes, and apparently Thadine is really not smart at all when it comes to her speech.
Thanks for stopping into the studio, Nadine. Or Nadine. Jesus, that's crazy.
This is why we can't have critters in here.
She's got a
Wow.
weird name. She's got one of those like French names.
Yeah, that one's a hard one to pronounce. I don't.
Well, that about almost concludes our stories for today, but just want to wish some very happy birthdays to some special butterflies out there.
Good friends of ours.
Mike Myers,
Yep. Happy birthday. Keep on keeping on.
the Love Guru,
Yep. The one and only. What else do you
Wayne's World,
do? Wayne's World.
Austin Powers.
That's the one.
Shrek.
Wow. Wow. Not that one. And then, of course, the other one and only Roman Reigns, who I'll call you back later on making the move to the MWL. Sorry, we've been a little busy, but we're excited to have you.
Lots of paperwork, but he'll be here in the studio one day.
Please don't sue us, Vince. It was a joke. So yeah, that's great news, good news, everybody.
That's all the good news for this week.
Everything else is bad, so we'll see you in a couple weeks.